The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports.
The Jackson Rockabillys, Union and Bethel Universities, USJ, TCA, JCS, and Peabody.
Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers.
Thanks to the sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Live from the campus of Lausanne Collegiate School in Memphis, Tennessee, BallGame Blitz Sports Network and Worthy Road Studios proudly present USJ Bruins football. Tonight, it's the regular season finale as the Bruins are on the road against the Lausanne Licks. Hello again, everyone. Steve Beverly with the play-by-play of tonight's game, and this copyrighted telecast is presented under rights granted by Worthy Road Studios and University School of Jackson. We'll interrupt momentarily for our national anthem, and then we will continue. And once again, we will repeat our disclaimer because the copyrighted telecast you're watching is presented under rights granted by Worthy Road Studios and University School of Jackson. Any other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of Worthy Road Studios and its president, Paul Schultze, is strictly prohibited. Tonight, the Bruins bring down the curtain on another regular season, coming in with a 6-3 record and 2 straight runaway victories. Last Friday night at St. Benedict, the game was a done deal in the first half as USJ rolled up to a 35-0 lead, and the final 37 minutes were played under a continuing clock. Quarterback Corbin Howard and standout running back Noah Spencer were able to sit out the entire second half as head coach Derek Pritchard gave many of his younger players some experience. On defense, Christian Melton had a pick six for the second straight game, and special teams recovered a punt in the end zone for a touchdown. Aaron Tunstill and Sam McMillan, Nate Height, Eli Yandel, and John Thomas Langley led a monster defensive charge that put pressure on St. Benedict's quarterback all night. They're going to need all of that this evening against this talented team from Lausanne. And here's the rundown on the Lynx. They can guarantee home field advantage throughout the playoffs with a victory tonight. Job number one for the Bruins will be trying to slow down big number 33 Tyler Wilson in a Lausanne run game that's averaging 209 yards per outing. And against Munford, Wilson dominated the game on both sides of the ball, rushing for 230 yards and a touchdown while recording 2 tackles for a loss. And last week against North Point, he scored twice, once on a run and the other on a screen pass from quarterback T.J. Jenkins. This is a senior-laden team here for the Lynx. Two-way player C.J. Jordan is also worth keeping an eye on. The Austin Peay commit has more than 500 total yards, and he is a threat both offensively and defensively as well as on special teams. And another player to watch is a big guy, number 51, offensive lineman Luke Work. He's 6'6", 285, and he has committed to Mississippi State, and he's the anchor of the Lynx offensive line. Lausanne averaged 330 yards on the ground the last 2 weeks and closed out both games with long, time-consuming drives to seal the victories. This has also been a milestone season for Lausanne head coach Kevin Locastro. 2 weeks ago against Munford, Locastro became just the 8th coach in Shelby Metro history to reach 200 career wins. And so the stage is set. A Bruin victory would create a 3-way tie in the division standings for the playoffs that begin next week. USJ against Lausanne. We'll be back for the toss of the coin right after a visit with the fine folks who make this broadcast possible. Our sponsor.
Buddy, I'm not feeling too good after all this summer heat.
Yeah, me either. I think I'm about to blow a coil.
Let McCoy's Heating and Air give your unit a little TLC. Maintenance is the key to staying worry-free. Right now, schedule a one-time cleaning for only $90. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com.
McCoy's got us in great shape, unlike that guy.
Jackson's most trusted team of technicians. York and McCoy's Heating and Air.
Are you looking to build a career? Build a career with West Tennessee's own H&M Company. H&M is a leading coast-to-coast industrial design and construction firm for Fortune 500 companies. Founded in Milan in 1957 and headquartered in Jackson, H&M is actively hiring in all areas of construction and engineering. Visit us at hmcompany.com to start building your career today.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at Humboldt Dodge Chrysler Jeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on? We can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt.
If it's black, round, and rolls, we have it in stock for you. I'm Taylor at King Tire Company. Come see us at any of our 3 convenient locations in Jackson or Humboldt and let our family take care of yours.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating, 668-3339, for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Steve Beverly back live with you from Lausanne Collegiate School in Memphis, and we are about 7 minutes away from your first Campbell King Interiors kickoff of the evening. This final regular season game in a season that I have to tell you has gone by so fast, it seems like yesterday that we were starting out with the Jamboree on a blazing hot night in August. I don't know that I have in my lifetime of calling high school football, I don't know that I have been through a single season, including the years that I lived in South Georgia, that we didn't have to really bundle up for a game. We haven't had to do it all season long. Now, next week may be a different story in the playoffs, but this is one of those seasons that it has just been routinely mild, hot the first few weeks, and then it's just been mild and very comfortable. Our temperature tonight as we start is about 78 degrees, and we don't expect it to go down below 74 by the time it's all over with this evening. So it's as pleasant conditions as it could possibly be for a late October evening. We are so glad to have all of you with us who could not make the trip down to Memphis, and particularly you moms and dads, granddads, grandmoms, and all of you folks who are aunts, uncles, cousins, and good friends of these team players for USJ. We are just so delighted to have you on board tonight because I know how much these players mean to you, and they certainly do to us because we have enjoyed every single minute of this season, even the ones that didn't end well. It's just been so great to see these USJ Bruins continue to mature and to grow more as they have continued their season. And tonight, as we mentioned, they would love to be able to end this with a 3-game winning streak as they wind up the season at 7-3 if they come away with a victory here tonight. The only loss of the season for Lausanne was against Bartlett, and that was a game they were very uncharacteristic that night. They made 3 turnovers in the game that all led to scores, and they could not make the comeback. One of the key things for Derek Pritchard's Bruins tonight is going to be very, very essential for them to stay within a score on either side because of the fact that this is going to be a very difficult team to come from behind on if you get behind on them 2 scores or more. So key thing is protecting the football, having a strong running game, hoping that Noah Spencer, they're going to be keying on him tonight, but hoping that Noah can end the season with one of his better games. Last week it was interesting because the Bruins didn't even have 100 yards in total offense, but that is because special teams were just all over the place. Defense doing so well with Christian Melton's pick six, block punt that they recovered in the end zone, and then they played the second half with so many of the younger players that they didn't really need an offensive explosion. Tonight they're going to need some explosive plays to be able to counteract a very, very tough defense. And the sophomore quarterback, I talked to Lausanne Sports Information Director Stephen the Muscle Russell before we began tonight's game, and he told me that one of the things that they just have been so pleased with C.J. Jordan, because he's a good passer, he can use his legs, he's a dual-threat quarterback, and also the fact that he gets rid of the ball very, very quickly. And so he will be a challenge for the Bruins front line tonight. They're going to have to apply a lot of pressure on him during the season. It's a big Lausanne front line, particularly on defense. And as we mentioned, they've got a big guy in Luke Work who has committed to Mississippi State, and he plays both sides of the ball, but his real strength is to anchor the offensive line, and the officials are going out to the middle of the field. And very shortly we're going to have the toss of the coin and see who is going to receive the first kickoff tonight. Remind you that BallGame Blitz Sports Network will be bringing you Jackson Boxing Live tomorrow night. It's Golden Gloves Boxing. It'll be live at 6 o'clock right here on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network. And also tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock, live coverage of Union University Volleyball, which will be on Flow Sports. Sam McMillan, Ryan Hutchison, and Mario Figueroa are the captains for the Bruins tonight. C.J. Lowe, Tyler Wilson, John Treadway, and Luke Work are the captains for the Lynx. Now, last week the Bruins received the toss and decided to defer to the second half in a game that they went up on top 35-0 in the first 19 minutes of that game, and it was a done deal right at that point. And so the Bruins have won the toss, and they have elected to defer to the second half. So they will have the choice then. So going on offense first tonight will be Lausanne. So that's going to put the pressure on the Bruins to have a very strong offensive stand. Last week they were just double tough defensively. Just constant pressure on the quarterback for St. Benedict, and that it was only an 8-yard return, but it was deep in their own territory, and that pickoff that Christian Melton had his second straight week of a pick six was just a fabulous piece of work to watch. So we're just about set for the Campbell King Interiors kickoff, and we hope you're going to enjoy some great high school football as we wind up the regular season here in Memphis for USJ. And it's been interesting to watch these young men as they have developed, prospered, and matured during the course of this season. And they seem to have gained their confidence. And here come the Lynx. And the Bruins are coming up from your right. So each team making their simultaneous entrances onto the field. And we are just about set to go here from Lausanne Collegiate School in Memphis. We were here last year in the late winter for a basketball playoff game. This is an amazing campus here in Memphis. Of course, we're very partial. We think we have an amazing campus at USJ, but they do. They really have a beautiful place that is reminiscent of some small college campuses, and the field is directly behind the academic complex. And we are about set to go. And wherever the Bruins are next week in playoff action, we will be there. Worthy Road Studios and BallGame Blitz Sports Network. We just won't know until after tonight's action is all over with, because there are all sorts of combinations that could happen within the division. And getting set to kick off is Cooper Sykes, the junior. He did a terrific job of placing his kicks last week.
Kicking off for USJ, number 37, Cooper Sykes.
And the whistle signaled, and here we go with your Campbell King Interiors kickoff. And let the games begin. And this is a ground scooter that is picked up. Good hands at the 23. Very, very quick run back by Keon Cooper. And he returns the ball to the 41, so it is an 18-yard return, and that's where they will start it. They have 59 yards to reach touchdown pay dirt. And here we go with the first play of the game. T.J. Jenkins, the sophomore, at quarterback. And as I've been told, he can do anything he wants to with the ball. And Tyler Wilson is in the backfield with him. And instead of Wilson, he goes to the second man through, and good job on defense. C.J. Jordan is tossed for a 1-yard loss. And you got Nate Height as well as Joshua O'Neal in on that stop. And another handoff, and he's going to go around left tackle. And there he goes. It's C.J. Jordan this time, and he's out of bounds at the 42. So that's it. Actually, he got down in, let's see, we're going to spot it at the 41 or the 42. It's going to be at the 42, so it now back to the 43. So it is a 17-yard pickup and the first down of the ball game for Lausanne. They go tempo, and they're right back over it, and they're going to stick to the running game. And here goes Tyler Wilson, and he is slammed down by Christian Melton. And he picks up down to the 37. That'll make it 2nd down and 4. And he works out of the shotgun in a 2-man backfield and 2 wide receivers, 1 man in motion, and here goes that run going over left guard, and a tremendous pickup by Tyler Wilson. And a 10-yard pickup. So Wilson already with 16 yards on the ground tonight. 2 first downs in this drive for the Lynx. And they keep it on the ground once again. It's Jordan. And doing a good job of slamming him down, staying with it, is Christian Melton. He's one of the most tenacious defenders on this Bruins team. So it's a 4-yard loss on the play. And let's see, is it going to be encroachment or is it going to be a false start? Let's see, yep. Apparently the Bruins jumped it. So a 5-yard penalty is going to take it down to the 26. That's the first penalty of the game tonight. That probably happened on the snap count. So it's 2nd down and 9 from the 26. And quarterback's going to call his own number. And Jenkins gets down to about the 24. Pickup of 2. 3rd and 7. They have a very good field goal kicker on this team. But it'll be interesting to see if they'll make this 4-down territory. They've done well running the ball. Man in motion, 1 man in the backfield, and the handoff goes once again. It is Wilson, and he is stopped shy of the first down. He got down to about the 24. And it's 4th and 6. So let's see what they're going to do. If they're going to try a field goal or if they're bringing in an entirely new unit. And Stephen Russell told me, and yeah, they're going to try a field goal. It's going to be about a 40-yarder, and they say this guy has college kicking credentials. Levi Dorsey, he's a junior. We watched him in practice. He was extremely accurate. So here goes the 40-yarder. It is up. And no good, wide left. So the drive that covered 31 yards for the Lynx went for naught. So the Bruins, a good job defensively of holding them off once they got inside the 30. So they'll take it back over at the 20. And let's see what Bo Wallace dials up as offensive coordinator tonight for Corbin Howard. And he's got Noah Spencer in the backfield with him. And he's got one receiver split out in each direction now as a man in motion. And the man in motion takes it, and it's Ryan Hutchison, and he's going down the sidelines and gets down to about the 39. And they're going to go tempo very, very quickly. But Hutchison picks up 19 on the play. They spot it actually at the 37, so give him 17 yards of pickup, but an excellent run after the catch for Ryan Hutchison. And here goes Noah Spencer looking for running room, and he gets it across the 40 to about the 44. And that'll be a pickup of 7. And this is a night that Noah really needs a strong game because they need to also, they use him so much to open up the passing game. So many times you use the run to open up the pass. So gain of 7, 2nd down and 3 for the Bruins. It's a beautiful Friday night here in Memphis. Howard going back to pass, and he's going to throw a wobbly one that goes outside the range of Ryan Hutchison. So it's going to be a 3rd and 3, an important 3rd down conversion. So far, the Bruins with 24 yards of total offense. And they have to make it to the 48 for the 1st down. And once again, Spencer in the backfield with Howard. Hutchison in motion, and they were looking for that all the way, but he breaks away. He's going to be 2 yards short at the 46. They were expecting the run, and you can see it right here. That was a missed tackle by C.J. Lowe, and so Noah got what he could out of that, and the Bruins are going to go into punt formation. 4th and 2. And they've got one man in deep safety, and that's C.J. Jordan. And it's a high end-over-end punt, and he takes it at the 18, and he's going to try to go back in the other direction, and he is going to misfire with that because they clobber him down at the opposite end. So he took that right at about the 19. Let's see where they're going to spot it. That tackle was made all the way back at the 7-yard line, and that is where they're going to spot it. So that is a negative 12-yard return. Rarely do you see that on a punt. 37-yard punt for the Bruins. And flag on the play. And it looks like they're counting to see how many players are out there on the field if there are too many. And they wave it off. One of the officials thought there were 12 men on the field for the Lynx, and they waved the penalty off. So they'll start at the 7, 1st and 10. And they're going to hand this one off and go across. And he slips away, but it looks like the Bruins are going to smash him down at about the 13. So Wilson will pick up about 6. Now they put it back at the 12. So Wilson picks up 5 on the play. He's gained 22 yards tonight in 4 carries. It's a 2nd down and 5 from the 12. And they fake the handoff to one man and go to another one. This time it is Martarius Boyd, and he gets the 1st down at the 20. So they have a committee of running backs that can make it move. So they've moved it out from the 8 to the 20. They've got a little more breathing room now. And it appears their game plan is going to be to try to keep it on the ground as much as possible tonight. Faking the handoff and calling his own number, and he almost ran into his own lineman. It was James Hohen. And JB at least was there to protect him, but he didn't give him much blocking support. He picks up 6 on the play. It's 2nd down and 4 at about the 26. So they have 4 backs in positive yardage so far tonight. You just don't know who they're going to hand this ball off to. And they almost tried to get him on a snap count once again. And timeout is called. USJ is going to talk it over. They didn't like what they saw with the offensive set. So we'll take a quick break. No score between the Bruins and the Lynx.
If you are in need of luxury interior design services, look no further than Campbell King Interiors. Based in Jackson, Tennessee, Caroline Campbell and Erica King have a combined experience of 31 years. From residential design services to commercial construction, no job is too big. Let Campbell King Interiors transform your vision into reality. You can find them at www.campbellkinginteriors.com or on Instagram and Facebook.
Second and 4 for the Lynx at the 26. We've gone through 7.5 minutes so far, and nobody has struck pay dirt. They've had a strong running attack. They have not passed the ball yet. Back in the gun. That's the first pass of the evening for the Lynx, and trying to chase him down quickly was Christian Melton, but not before a pickup of 16 yards on the play. Martarius Boyd on that reception. And he can run like a house of fire, particularly after the reception, and that's one of the big things. He is so hard to bring down. And handoff and going around right in and getting another 1st down is Tyler Wilson, and he is showing us everything that was promised before this game. And Wilson picks up 18 yards on the play. He's got 40 yards rushing already on tonight's ledger as they've moved it to the Bruin 45. And once again, quarterback calls his own number. And Jenkins takes a hard hit in the back, but he picks up again positive yardage down to about the 37. So Jenkins doing a good job to make it a 2nd and 2. They've had very short yardage plays most of the time on 2nd down tonight. And handing off, going right up the middle, and saving what could have been a touchdown was Alex Wallace. C.J. Lowe on the carry. And that is a pickup of another 11 on the play. 6 first downs already for Lausanne. And they're getting down into territory that's about as deep as they were on their first drive of this evening. Got a man in motion. Wide receivers split out each side, and the handoff once again to this big guy, and he is going all the way in for the touchdown. C.J. Lowe had perfect blocking. If you'll notice, you had 2 pulling guards that just opened up a huge hole for him, and it was goodbye time. And he picked up a 27-yard run for the touchdown. 2 minutes, 31 seconds to go. And in to kick the extra point is Levi Dorsey, the junior. And it's good. So, the Lynx are on the board first. Home team leads the Bruins 7-0. Back with more after this.
New Nissans are rolling in. Over 70 new Nissans to choose from. That means special incentives. 0% financing up to 60 months. And invoice pricing, so you pay what we pay. Plus over 70 pre-owned units. Something for everyone. Certified pre-owned too. Luxury vehicles. BMW, Lexus, Alfa Romeo, and much more at Carlock Prestige. Check out all we have to offer at CarlockNissanofJackson.com. You should already be here.
I will be the greatest, greatest, greatest. I will be the greatest, greatest, greatest. I will be the greatest, greatest, greatest. I will be the greatest, greatest, greatest.
And here's the kick. And that one is going to take a big bounce, and it's taken back at about the 5 and trying to quickly go through the middle and getting some hard knocks. And the fumble, and let's see if the officials say he was down. The fans for Lausanne are absolutely certain it's their ball. Nah, they're going to give it to the Bruins. And that was a nice return, 33 yards on the return. So Aaron Tunstall gave the entire crowd here, depending on which side, a lot of anxious moments there, but it is still, he was already down when the ball came out. So the Bruins will start out at the 38, good field position, trailing 7-0. And Corbin Howard once again will have, this time, Nate Height and Noah in the backfield, and you got a whistle before the play ever was executed. And apparently they're going to say false start against the Bruins. So they go back on this one to the 28. It'll be 1st and 15. And the Bruins try to get reorganized. That's a frustration when you get a penalty after a great return like they just had. Howard in the gun. And he's got Hutchison in motion. That's way high, and he's going to have to hurry back there to get it, and he may have to. He's going to scramble. He's actually going to throw it. And actually a smart move on his part. Bruins had a problem twice in the second, and the flag is thrown. Apparently they're going to call intentional grounding on this, and that could be a safety. We'll find out since he was in the end zone. Now the officials are going to be talking this one over. Bruins had two problems last week with center to quarterback exchange, and that one was sky high. That's intentional grounding. And it is a safety.
Intentional grounding ball against USJ results in a safety.
So the Bruins are going to have to kick it back. Either it's a free kick. They can either do it with a kickoff or a punt. And we're going to keep it right here instead of taking a break. But just 20 seconds after giving up a touchdown. And frankly, it's the natural reaction for any quarterback in that kind of situation to just try to throw the ball and get it out of bounds. But intentional grounding inside the end zone is indeed a safety. So that makes it a 9-0 game. And you got an argument going on here now between Derek Pritchard and the official who made that call. And they're having a standoff over at about the 30-yard line. He's saying that I have no doubt that what he's telling him is that this should have been a 10-yard penalty or a 15-yard penalty, but not, and a loss of down, but not a safety. But I don't know if he's going to win that argument at all. And my guess is not. So the ball is at the 20. You can either punt it or you can, back in the old days, you could even drop kick it, but you can either punt it or kick it off the standard way after a safety. So here come the Bruins back out. And this is a tough challenge, being down not quite 2 full scores at this point, but this is a team that you just don't want to get behind very, very far at all, because it is they have proven during the course of this season they are almost impossible to come back against. 8-1 on the season. You got to force turnovers on them in many instances to have a chance, and that's what Bartlett did when Bartlett defeated them. He had 3 key second half turnovers. So here is the Campbell King Interiors kick, and it's a low spinner that's picked up at the 32, and it's Jordan, and he gets an 11-yard return on it, and that is where the Lynx will start it out. And they've had 5 different running backs who have carried the ball, including quarterback C.J. Jordan. So they start at the 42, 58 yards away from pay dirt, and once again, Jordan in the gun, hands this one off, and bouncing off defenders, and there's a flag that could be holding territory. Finally being pushed out of bounds at about the 40 was Tyler Wilson, but check the flag. That is usually the area of offensive holding. We'll see what happened. And that's exactly what it was, so it'll be a 10-yard penalty. That's the first penalty of the evening against Lausanne. So the Lynx will back it up to it's from the spot of the foul, so the Lynx will be back at about the 37.5-yard line. It's first and call it 15.5. They have to get to the Bruin 48 for a first down. Man in motion once again, and that's Martarius Boyd, and here goes the handoff. They are exceptionally tough to bring down, and Tyler Wilson just basically goes up the middle and backs his way down to the 44. That's a pickup of 6. And you can see he just churns those legs. Finally brought down by Joshua O'Neal. He's got 46 yards rushing on the night. And there is T.J. Jenkins. And he's down to the 49. And it'll be 3rd down and 3. Jenkins is such a dual threat at quarterback, and this is a big 3rd down play for both of these teams. It's 3rd down and 1 from the 39. And right through it, gaining the necessary yardage plus 1 on the tackle is Sam McMillan, but 2-yard pickup for Lausanne and another first down. And once again, C.J. Lowe, they go to him as the alternative sometimes, and he can do as much damage as anybody else. He's carried it 3 times for 40 yards tonight, and he has the only touchdown of the game on a 27-yard run. As we are approaching the end of this first quarter, it'll be interesting to see if Lausanne decides to run the clock out or will try to get off one more play. And they're just standing there in no particular hurry, and I think they're just going to let this clock tick off. And that is the end of the first quarter. So the Bruins trailing it 9-0. We'll be back with the second 12 minutes of play right after you visit with our sponsors.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on? We can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt. Hi, this is Kurt King with King Tire Company. Did you know that you're supposed to rotate your tires every 5,000 miles? Did you know that we do that free at King Tire Company? Come see us today at any 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt and let my family take care of yours.
At Dynamics Physical Therapy, we help our clients get back to doing what they love. Dynamics is now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Lausanne with the ball at the Bruin 48. And another first down. They've had 9 first downs in the game to the Bruins 1. And they've picked up 140 yards total offense so far, 124 of it on the ground. They've only thrown 1 pass so far this evening. So Jenkins back in the gun with Joel Rogers in motion. And he's taking about a 3-step drop and fires wide open. It's Keon Cooper, and he gets all the way down to the 29 of the Bruins, a 19-yard gain for a first down. Had excellent blocking on that front line, and he just got between the defenders. 10 first downs now for the Lynx. They'll go from the 29. Handoff changing direction and going around right in, and finally forced out of bounds at the 20 is Tyler Wilson. And you can see the power, and he had the intelligence. He knew where his blocking was and stepped out right at the 20, so it is 2nd down and 1. He's got 55 yards carrying the ball tonight 7 times. And they have kept this Bruin defense on the field a long time in the first half. And he's trying to go around again, going around right in, and gets down to the 10. And gains another first down. So Wilson has again been showing his versatility tonight. 65 yards carrying the ball. And it is spotted at the 19. And going right around left tackle is Jenkins, calling his own number as he makes it down to the 5. Second and goal. Lynx knocking on the door once again. 5 yards away, and that handoff, and it is right through the right-hand side of the line, and a touchdown once again for Tyler Wilson, a 5-yard run. So it's a 15-0 game, and they'll line up to kick the extra point.
22, Levi Dorsey in for the point after.
And it's up and good. So we've got 10:52 to go in the first half. And so far it has been all Lausanne as they lead USJ 16-0. Back in a moment.
New Nissans are rolling in. Over 70 new Nissans to choose from. That means special incentives. 0% financing up to 60 months. And invoice pricing, so you pay what we pay. Plus over 70 pre-owned units. Something for everyone. Certified pre-owned too. Luxury vehicles. BMW, Lexus, Alfa Romeo, and much more at Carlock Prestige. Check out all we have to offer at CarlockNissanofJackson.com. You should already be here.
Bruins have been outgained 188-26 tonight in total offense. 16-0 your score. And Lausanne has just dominated. This drive is critical for the Bruins to be able to at least get back within striking range in this game. You score here, and if you tried a two-point conversion and were successful, you'd at least be back to a one-score game. And there's the kick. It is a deep one. It's taken at the 5 and picking it up to the 25. This is a good one. About a 26-yard return for Drew English. So the return yardage has been strong tonight for the Bruins as he carries it out to the 31. He found an opening and went up the middle and made a cut to his left, and they actually give him to the 32, so we'll be generous enough to do that, give him another yard as well. So that's 60 return yards of the game tonight for the Bruins, and starting out again with relatively good field position at their own 32. They've just got to get a consistent drive here with 10:45 to go. The safety really hurt them early in the first period. And just going down hard on the catch, it was Alex Wallace, but he was clobbered by Lawrence Britt as well as John Treadway. And they're going to give him no gain on the play. But it's a face mask on that, and so the Bruins get a good break. You give him credit for the catch. So that moves the Bruins out to the 45. That's the second first down of the game for the Bruins. 55 yards away from pay dirt. Howard calling the signals, drops it. But we got a flag, and that's going to be a false start against the Bruins. And they've been caught with that 3 times tonight, so that takes it back to the 40, makes it 1st and 15. Bruins have only been able to run 5 offensive plays so far tonight. All right, he got Spencer in the backfield with him once again. Almost lost that one, and Noah is clobbered back at the 33, and that is going to be about a 7-yard loss. They have absolutely scouted him out tonight. And you could see Tunstall was in motion. Now they spot it at the 35, so call it a 5-yard loss. But that is going to make it 2nd down and 20. And he's going back to pass, and Corbin. And it's going to be a pickup to about the 41. They were just crashing for every yard they could. It's a 6-yard pickup. And you can see him signaling for it, and Alex Wallace with the pickup of 6. So it's 3rd down and 10. They have to make it to the Lynx 45 to get the first down. And Corbin looking at the sidelines for his signal, and Noah's going to be back with him in the backfield once again. They've got 2 wide receivers split out left, 1 right. And in motion is Wallace. And he's going to have to hurry, and he's slammed down. And they call it an incomplete pass. He was outside the tackle box, so it's not going to be intentional grounding. And you can see the pressure from that front 4, and we'd been told about them beforehand. Nobody was open, and he just had to get rid of it. So it is a 4th down and 14. Back at the 41. And here goes your Campbell King Interiors punt, and you got a whistle before the ball was snapped. And it looks like it's timeout called by Lausanne. So as they call timeout, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Psst, buddy, I'm not feeling too good after all this summer heat.
Yeah, me either. I think I'm about to blow a coil.
Let McCoy's Heating and Air give your unit a little TLC. Maintenance is the key to staying worry-free. Right now, schedule a one-time cleaning for only $90. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com.
McCoy's got us in great shape. Unlike that
4th
guy.
and 14, Bruins back to punt. And that one's blocked. And picking it up, and this could be going all the way. It's Miles Thomas, the sophomore. He's run it in for a touchdown. And another special teams problem for the Bruins tonight. And Miles Thomas picked it up at the 35 off that block punt. And coasts in. And he's not a guy who handles the ball very often, so you got to know he's happy about that one. 35-yard return. 22-0. They have not put the score on the board yet. And I'm not certain why. Because they're lining up to kick the extra point. And they're having some kind of discussion. This is not usually, and there is a flag on the play. Personal foul, and that is against the, well, the way he signaled was personal foul against, he motioned in the direction of Lausanne. So I'm not sure. They're lining up to kick the extra point regardless. And it is up and good. 23-0. The Lynx on top with 7:56 to go in the first half. So we'll take a break and we'll try to find out more about what that penalty was all about. It is Lausanne on top, 23-0.
Psst, buddy, I'm not feeling too good after all this summer heat.
Yeah, me either. I think I'm about to blow a coil.
Let McCoy's Heating and Air give your unit a little TLC. Maintenance is the key to staying worry-free. Right now, schedule a one-time cleaning for only $90. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com.
McCoy's got us in great shape, unlike that guy.
Jackson's most trusted team of technicians. York and McCoy's Heating and Air.
Now, this has been a nightmare evening so far for the Bruins. Special teams, that time, Miles Thomas recovering the blocked punt. 35 yards for a touchdown. They had an unfortunate situation where intentional grounding was called in the end zone, which cost them a safety and, frankly, 9 points because it was shortly thereafter that the Lynx scored a touchdown on a 5-yard run by Tyler Wilson. The penalty was assessed 15 yards for personal foul after the touchdown was scored. And that's picked up at the 21. And Noah's looking for any kind of room he can. He's picking up some. He's going down the right-hand sidelines. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and down to the 2. Noah with his longest kickoff return of the season, 77 yards all the way back to the 2-yard line. So the Bruins are now in business. It's too bad they could not tack more of the return yardage tonight. That's 127 return yards, and he was finally forced out of bounds at the 2. So it's 1st and goal Bruins as they finally seriously threaten for the first time tonight. And Noah found that hole around the right-hand side, and he took off down the sidelines. And, oh, how frustrating it is to have that. And it looks like this is going to be an offside. So they jumped the snap count, and that's going to take it to the 1-yard line. So the Bruins really, they've got it on about the half-yard line. All they need really here is a good push into the end zone, even though this is a big defensive line that they're facing. Noah will be in the backfield. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't get the call on this one. Man in motion, Hutchison, and there you go. He's going to try to go around the right-hand side, and he cannot make it. They snap him back actually for a loss to the 2. So it's 2nd and goal. That front line is so large. Those 2 guys that were after him averaged 265 pounds. And one of them was big Luke Work, who we've mentioned is committed to Mississippi State. So they're at the 2, and he may decide to go to the air on this one. Noah's in the backfield with him. Takes the handoff again. They get the block. Can he get inside? He goes backwards. Gets to about the half-yard line. So it is going to be 3rd down. The Bruins again knocking on the door, but they've got to be able to kick it in. They closed that hole very quickly. So once again, it's back to where it was after the penalty. It's back to the half-yard line, but now it is 3rd down, and you got to know this is definitely 4-down territory for the Bruins. They cannot fritter away an opportunity here. And once again, you got another flag. Offside. That's going to move it to about the 1/4-yard line. So they rewind the clock once again, and the ball, as we say, it's about as close to the goal line as you could possibly have it without having it physically resting on it. Now, this is one that you could potentially look for a quarterback sneak. Mills Terry is in there. They've got some of their big guns. And they hand it off, and he is not going to get there. They knew all along. This time they went to Titus Taylor. And for Titus, it was hitting the reverse category as he went down at the 4.
Ball is resting on the 5-yard line, 4th and goal.
And it is 4th and goal, and Bruins have got to do it here. And this is where you'd potentially expect a pass play. So Noah is going to be split wide out this time. It looks like they're going to take time out to talk it over. So let's take a quick break. Bruins trying to score, but they got to do it on 4th down. Back in a moment.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Pools and Spa's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive for full details and see available styles in person. Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spa even more enjoyable. Aloha Pools and Spa's massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed.
Bruins knocked all the way back to the 5 after getting to the 1/4-yard line, and now it is 4th and goal. They got down this far on a 77-yard kickoff return by Noah Spencer, but they have gone in reverse. And it is this big front line defensively for the Lynx, completely shutting the door on the Bruins getting in. Man in motion, changing direction is Hutchison. He's open. He was wide open, but he's open on the other side, and it is touchdown Bruins. Both Mills Terry and Ryan Hutchison were open. And you can see on the right-hand side, number 13, Hutchison was open, but he goes back left, and nobody picked up Mills Terry whatsoever. So on 4th down, a great conversion for the Bruins as they finally get on the board. It's 23-6. So a 5-yard touchdown pass after we had a number of very, very anxious moments, and the extra point is good. So the Bruins are on the board. It's 23-7 Lausanne. We'll be back with the kickoff after this.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
Well, that has to give a shot in the arm to the Bruins' confidence. to fail to score at that point, getting it all the way down to the 40-yard line and not being able to get it in would have been just about doomed for the evening. But now they've got something to work with, down 23-7. They need a very big defensive stand here as they get set for your Campbell King Interiors kickoff. And going back once again is Cooper Sykes. And the junior getting ready to let fly, and here we go. Another ground scooter, and that goes off the hands, and finally picking it up. It's Thomas Hefner. He's one of the up men, and then we've got a flag on the play. It looks like could either be a face mask or it could be holding. And let's see what the official signals here. And he's dropped the flag again at about the 22. All right, they're changing the footballs out, but as he picks up the flag, let's find out what the details are on this. It is going against Lausanne, and it's holding. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So that's 37 yards in penalties against the Lynx so far tonight, so they got to start at the 12. First and 10, under 5 minutes to go. High pass out to the left-hand side and taking off down the sidelines. Martarius Boyd on the reception. And this is what these receivers are so dangerous about doing, is being able to dodge away and get those yards after the catch. And that was 18 yards on the play. And a flag has been thrown. I wonder if they're going to call a horse collar tackle on that at the back end. That would be a devastating blow to the Bruins at this stage of the game. Yeah, personal foul. It is a horse collar tackle. It was a bang-bang play, but he called him for a horse collar, so that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and that's going to move the ball out to about the 45. Now you can see it right here. Yanked him down, and they were not going to let him get away with that one. So the ball is at the 47. So first and 10 once again for Lausanne. And he's going to go for it all. And there was some bumping and grinding there between C.J. Jordan and his defender for the Bruins. And that one was just too high for either one of them. And back defending was Justin Parker. That's his first incompletion of the night. 3 of 4 for 53 yards for T.J. Jenkins. And again, he's played out of the gun all evening long. Handoff goes, and instead he's going to take it himself and go around to about, let's see, he's got it to about the 43. And he picked up the first down on that. So Jenkins calling his own number. And he's going back to pass once again. He's got his man, and he gets it down to about the 31, a 9-yard gain. C.J. Jordan on the reception. He is committed to Austin Peay. Now you got a flag on the play, so this one looks like it's going to come back. And indeed it is.
Takes the ball back across the 50 to the 47-yard line.
It's back to the 48. of Lausanne.
First and 20.
So it's first down and 20. Holding on that play negates what would have been a fine gain. And there goes the handoff. Misdirection on this play, and scooting away is Javel Rogers, and he's made it down to the 20 and finally powered down, and they're going to call another horse collar. I can tell you right now that's what's going to happen. Now, that one looked like he pulled him down from the back rather than the neck, but we'll see here on the replay and try to determine that. One tackler missed him. Yeah, he pulled him down by the jersey. That's questionable as to whether, yeah, he's picked up the flag. There is no horse collar on that. He didn't get him by the neck. He got him by the back. So good call by the official to recognize that and negate it. But the big thing is a huge gain down to the 19-yard line. And that run's going to pick up about 3. So Wilson, that's his 10th carry of the game for 73 yards. So second down, got to get down to the 9, second down and 7. And he fires it over on the left-hand side, and just enough to slow him up. Pass was complete to Dustin Brown. And doing a good job of slowing him down right there was Miles Horton. So it's a pickup of 5 on the play. And somebody lost a helmet out there, but somebody is scoring a touchdown, and that indeed is C.J. Lowe. And that is unless we have a flag on the play. And we do not. I don't see one, so Lowe goes in for the touchdown. It's a 14-yard run. And that is his second score of the night to make it 29-7 with 2:09 remaining. And the extra point is good. So the Lynx on top 30-7 with 2:09 to go. Bruins need to answer them badly here in the latter part of this first half. We'll be back with their possession after this.
New Nissans are rolling in. Over 70 new Nissans to choose from. That means special incentives. 0% financing up to 60 months. And invoice pricing, so you pay what we pay. Plus over 70 pre-owned units. Something for everyone. Certified pre-owned too. Luxury vehicles. BMW, Lexus, Alfa Romeo, and much more at Carlock Prestige. Check out all we have to offer at CarlockNissanofJackson.com. You should already be here.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than
30-7. Lausanne is doing pretty much what they want to do with the football tonight. The Bruins badly need to get another score here in this final 2 minutes. If they could get another big kickoff return like that 77-yard one that they had from Noah Spencer, perhaps they'd be able to do it. They've been really throttled running the ball tonight. They've been held to -1 yard and then only 24 yards in passing. So they're going to kick off from the 25, apparently another penalty after the touchdown. So they're kicking back from the 25 once again. So the Bruins will have decent field position more than likely, even though this guy is a boomer kicker. Levi Dorsey, the junior, And they think he's only going to get better with each passing season, and they've got him another one. And that one is sort of a low rolling kick, picked up on the 17. And here comes Noah once again, bouncing off the defenders. He's going to go the other side this time. Changes his mind back up the middle, and still another great return of 32 yards down to the 49. As we mentioned earlier, as Noah just churned his way, he cuts so beautifully and does everything possible to follow his blockers, and made it down to the 49 after taking it at the 17. So the Bruins with 159 yards in return yardage tonight, but it has only led to one score. Let's see if they can pick up another one here, needing only 51 yards to go, but less than 2 minutes. Got 2 men in the backfield this time, and he's going to hand off to Noah once again. And he gets his way down for a couple. 2nd and 8. This is just your standard running play. Trying to get some opening around right tackle. Clock ticking away as we get down to 1.5 minutes. So they're losing valuable time, and they're splitting out seemingly everybody to the right-hand side. 2 men in the backfield once again with Corbin Howard. And he fakes the handoff and tosses it too quick. It was out of the range of Noah Spencer. That actually may not have been the worst incompletion because it stops the clock with 1:12 to go. Corbin 3 for 6 tonight for 24 yards. But as we mentioned, it has been hard for this team to get offensive plays. They've been held to 12 offensive plays in the first half. And they have really kept the Bruin defense on the field a long, long time this evening. 3rd and 8 at the Lynx 49. In motion is Alex Wallace. And he lost it, so he's going to have to hurry with this one, and that one's going to sail up and go out of bounds. And they have had some unfortunate center to quarterback exchanges tonight, and that one got away from him, and he had virtually no chance with 4 Lynx linemen that were just headed right for him. He had just to fire it away. So they're forced to punt once again on 4th down and 8. With 1:06 to go. And you got to believe this Lausanne team will absolutely be trying to tack on one more score before the half ends. So we go back for your Campbell King Interiors punt. And that little rugby-style punt, and it goes back to the 8-yard line. He bobbles it, and he's in deep trouble and works his way out of it, and he is firing down. It is C.J. Jordan, and finally loses the ball out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Nate Height finally forced him out of bounds. But that was a 48-yard return. We have seen solid return yardage by both teams tonight. So they'll start at the 45. They may only have 48 seconds left, but this team, the way they move the ball, don't be surprised if they try to knock on the door one more time. He fakes the handoff, and he goes for one over in the corner, and it's way out of the range of C.J. Jordan. 2nd and 10. They remain at the 45 with 43 seconds remaining to go in the first half. They have really pushed this Bruin defense tonight, and these guys have, you got to know they're already tired as long as they have been on the field in this first half. One man in the backfield and one in motion for the Lynx. And you got receivers split out in each direction. Fakes the handoff again and rolls out left, and he is going to be slammed down back at the 47-yard line of Lausanne. So it is an 8-yard loss. And Jenkins takes it on the chin that time. And the clock ticks off, and they may just decide to sit on this. 15 seconds left as it continues to kick down, and I believe they're just going to take it to the locker room. I don't see anybody getting into a big hurry to get over the ball, and that is going to do it. So it has been a very tough first half for the Bruins as they trail 30-7. 2 touchdowns have been scored by Lowe, and that's C.J. Lowe, the senior, who has about 3 different colleges after him, scored on a 27-yard run and a 14-yard run. And then you had Tyler Wilson. He is their big gun at running back. He scored on a 5-yard run to make it 16-0. That came after a safety in which Corbin Howard was called for intentional grounding when he threw a pass out of bounds from the end zone. And then Miles Thomas, a 35-yard return with a blocked punt that also just set this place on fire. For the Bruins, Miles Terry, wide open on a 5-yard pass from Corbin Howard on a touchdown that was set up by a 77-yard kickoff return by Noah Spencer. But it's 30-7. The Bruins have a lot of work cut out for them as we get ready for the second half. We're going to take an opportunity for an extended break for you to visit with our sponsors. And then when we return, we'll give you all of the halftime team statistics. So stay with us, everybody.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on? We can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt.
Chris King here with King Tire Company. Leveling kits, lift kits, wheels, and tires. We can take care of that at any of our King Tire Company locations at a price you can afford.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Hello folks, this is Gary Deaton, right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installations, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Buddy, I'm not feeling too good after all this summer heat.
Yeah, me either. I think I'm about to blow a coil.
Let McCoy's Heating and Air give your unit a little TLC. Maintenance is the key to staying worry-free. Right now, schedule a one-time cleaning for only $90. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com.
McCoy's got us in great shape, unlike that guy.
Jackson's most trusted team of technicians. York and McCoy's Heating and Air.
Are you looking to build a career? Build a career with West Tennessee's own H&M Company. H&M is a leading coast-to-coast industrial design and construction firm for Fortune 500 companies. Founded in Milan in 1957 and headquartered in Jackson, H&M is actively hiring in all areas of construction and engineering. Visit us at hmcompany.com to start building your career today.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on? We can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt.
If it's black, round, and rolls, we have it in stock for you. I'm Taylor at King Tire Company. Come see us at any of our 3 convenient locations in Jackson or Humboldt and let our family take care of yours.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
If you are in need of luxury interior design services, look no further than Campbell King Interiors. Based in Jackson, Tennessee, Caroline Campbell and Erica King have a combined experience of 31 years. From residential design services to commercial construction, no job is too big. Let Campbell King Interiors transform your vision into reality. You can find them at www.campbellkinginteriors.com or on Instagram and Facebook.
New Nissans are rolling in. Over 70 new Nissans to choose from. That means special incentives. 0% financing up to 60 months. And invoice pricing, so you pay what we pay. Plus over 70 pre-owned units. Something for everyone. Certified pre-owned too. Luxury vehicles. BMW, Lexus, Alfa Romeo, and much more at Carlock Prestige. Check out all we have to offer at CarlockNissanofJackson.com. You should already be here.
Well, let's give you the halftime statistics and take a look how everybody's stacking up here. It has been, as we say, a rough night for the Bruins to get anything going offensively. And here are our total: 16 first downs for Lausanne, 2 for the Bruins. In passing, 3 out of 7 completions for Corbin Howard for the Bruins for 24 yards. For Lausanne, 5 out of 7 for 86 yards. And then it's been so tough on the Bruin rushing game. 6 times they've carried the ball for only 1 yard. And then for Lausanne, 25 carries for 172 yards. And so you've had total offense 258 yards for Lausanne to only 25 for the Bruins. That has to turn around in the second half if the Bruins have any hope at all of getting back into this one. Return yardage has been very impressive for the Bruins. They have done so on both kickoff and punt returns. 159 yards returning, 77 yards on one of them for Noah Spencer that set up the only Bruin touchdown of the game. Lausanne, 110 return yards. Nobody has fumbled the ball and lost it. There have been a couple of quarterback and center exchanges that have been lost for the Bruins, but they got back on top of them. Punts, only one of them tonight. Good 37-yard punt for the Bruins. And then in penalties, Lausanne has actually been penalized more, 62 yards to 31. Two of them were personal foul penalties that came after touchdowns, but they haven't been a big factor in the game. And so it has been, as you can look at the numbers, they tell the story, it has been pretty much all Lausanne in the first half. The Bruins will receive the kick here to start the second half, and that's going to be crucial for them to score on really the first drive and try to get it all the way down. But it is very, very tough against this very, very big defensive line of the Lynx that averages about 258 yards up front, and they have made life very, very difficult for Corbin Howard tonight. We do remind you that wherever the Bruins will be playing in playoffs next Friday night, we'll be there. And so we hope you'll join us for that right here on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network. We will be starting it 15 minutes prior to kickoff time. We just won't know until after tonight who the opponent will be and where it will be played. If the Bruins do go down in this one tonight, they'll be 3-2 in the district. So it could be any possibility that they could be in any of three locations next Friday night, but we will hope to have that information for you at some point in time tomorrow. And taking a look also at some individual totals tonight, it has been running back by committee by Lausanne, and they have had some strong performances from 5 different guys carrying the rock, led by Tyler Wilson. He's their big gun. He's carried it 10 times for 73 yards. And then you have had C.J. Lowe, the senior, who is 4 times for 54 yards, and he has had touchdown runs of 27 and 14 yards. And so that is where the 30-7 score is with about 2.5 minutes remaining. Also, another program reminder is that the BallGame Blitz Sports Network will be bringing you live Golden Gloves boxing tomorrow night. It's called Jackson Boxing Live, and it will start at 6 p.m. Coach Joe Holloway will be calling the blow-by-blow on that one, and I've had the good fortune of being able to do Golden Gloves boxing in the past, and it is really, they do everything they can to protect these young guys. It's 3 rounds, and they do, I've been through some of the instructions that are given to the officials, and they say, if in doubt, stop the fight. They are not going to let these guys get hurt, and they wear protective gear. And so we've got more of our West Tennessee and Mississippi and probably some from some other states who will be here, and they'll be with us at 6 o'clock tomorrow night on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network. Hope you'll be with us for that. We'll be doing Union Volleyball tomorrow, Union University Volleyball at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and that will be on Flow Sports. That's a pay-per-view network, but we hope that for those of you who are Flow Sports subscribers, that you'll be with us for that tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. So that's what's ahead for the BallGame Blitz Sports Network. And just a reminder, that 72 hours, this is the restriction from Flow Sports, but 72 hours after the conclusion of the game, then we will be able to bring you that game on the YouTube channel of the BallGame Blitz Sports Network in Worthy Road Studios. So be certain to be looking for that, and if my math is not astray, I would say on Tuesday we would be able to have that, which is a great day because that is always a good day to have a hamburger after you have been paid on Saturday to have a hamburger on Tuesday. And yes, if you want to call me wimpy, that's exactly what it is. It's always a great day for that. I just want to say to everybody, for those of you who may be following the Bruins in the playoffs next week and don't get a chance to see us, it's been a joy for me to be behind the mic this season, to see these young men, to give their just everything and leave it all here on the field and all the other ones that they've played this season. And to see them mature, to gain confidence, and to know that they are gaining so much academically at University School of Jackson as well as athletically. And these young guys, I had an opportunity to do a show with them, a number of them, earlier this year on a Wednesday night. And to know just how many of them already have careers in mind that they want to pursue. So the Bruins get ready to take the second half kickoff. And they need to put about 2 or 3 touchdowns on the board right here. And here is your Campbell King Interiors kickoff. It is taken back at the 3-yard line. And not getting a whole lot of room, making it out to about the 17 is Drew English. As I say, if we could have made the return yardage for the Bruins convert into points tonight, this would be a much closer game. And that was just really, that's a textbook tackle there by Jaden Johnson, senior defender for Lausanne. Got to wrap the guys up and get them down. So they will start at the 17. Got an 83-yard drive to navigate here. And you got a man in motion. It was Wallace, and trying to go up the middle, and absolutely nothing was there. That's going to be a loss. Boy, Noah Spencer has taken some hits tonight. Really keying on him this evening. It's back to the 14. So that is a loss of 4 on the play. The Bruins with negative yardage rushing tonight. That's uncharacteristic of them, but that is just, again, you're looking at this beefy line. And they've got 6 men up front that look as though they could potentially make the rush here. And Howard's going to go back to pass. And, oh, my goodness, in the back, he took it. Ryan Hutchison gets it out to the 12 on the pass from Corbin, but boy, did he take a hit. And you can see he was in motion. It was a slant pattern, but there was just nothing there, no room whatsoever. And so there's no gain on the play. 3rd down and 13 for the Bruins at the 13. Got to make it to the 26. And Noah's going to try to go around right tackle, and he's going to get good yardage and the first down. The 35, 40, 45, 50, 45. They finally get him down at the 41 of Lausanne. That was all Noah Spencer. And you just watch this one again. 46 yards on this one, and he could have gone down any of 3 different times, but look at that jet speed that he has, and finally was slowed down, dragging C.J. Jordan down the way. And Noah again pick up to the 36. But a 40, that's the biggest run from scrimmage for the night for the Bruins. And so second down and 5, and here goes your pass to Aaron Tunstill, and he's got the first down, and he's dragged out of bounds at about the 23. So the Bruins showing good tempo and good poise on this drive. And he's dragged down at about the 23, so a 13-yard gain. And Bruins with 2 first downs on this drive, and he's going to sail this one, and picked up at about the 12 by Ryan Hutchison. And you can see the enthusiasm of the Bruin fans who have made the trip here. This is really the most consistent, sustained drive that we've seen all night for the Bruins. So he's at the 11. And Noah's going to have to scramble, and looks like he may lose one on that. And you see him as he tries to just navigate his way for anything, and it's a yard loss. He's back at the 12, so it is 2nd down and 11. And checking back in is Alex Wallace. He's going to split out far right. Noah in the backfield with Howard. They change it up, and he goes left. And he's looking deep in the end zone, and nice job of knocking that one away. It was intended for Aaron Tunstill. So it's going to be 3rd down and 11. Noah was open there in the flat, although he had a man right on top of him, but an excellent job of knocking that one away by J.D. Holm. So 3rd down and 11. Corbin 6 out of 11 for 52 yards tonight. And he hands it off to Noah, and he's going to scramble to get inside the 10 down to about the 8. So a pickup of 4. So they got to have a 4th down conversion here. And instead, it looks like they're going to line up for what will be a 25-yard field goal. And they're going to set that. It's going to be at the right hash. We're under 8 minutes here in the 3rd quarter, and the kick is up. And the kick is good. 35-yard field goal. So it's 30-10. Bruins have closed it now to within 3 scores. We'll have more right after this.
I will be the greatest, greatest, greatest. 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 I will be
So the Bruins at least came away with 3 on that drive to make it a 30-10 game. And Cooper Sykes getting set to kick off. 35-yard field goal. And here's where they need a big stop. Get possession of that ball back very quickly. Because they're in a position where they just, against this tough lineup, they have to score virtually every possession they have. And here is your Campbell King Interiors kickoff. This one is a line drive that goes all the way through the end zone for a touchback. That's our first touchback of the evening, so they will play it at the 20. I'm still not certain why touchbacks in high school ball are still at the 20 when in college and in the NFL it's at the 25. I'm not sure. And nobody asked me, so my opinion did not count. So they got to go 80 to see if they can extend the lead, and the Bruins are looking to do anything they can to force a turnover. We've had none so far tonight. And the handoff goes almost right up the middle, and a gain of about 4 on the play for Tyler Wilson. Wilson had 73 yards in the first half. And he is their most consistent runner. This team can grind out drives. Their last 2 victories, they had 2 long drives at the end of the game that took up in excess of 7 minutes and sealed them. And just bouncing off a tackler and getting the first down, moving across the 35 to about the 38 once again. Wilson. And he's showing what he's made of tonight. That is the 17th first down for Lausanne. So give it to him at the 38. They've got 2 men in motion, and then they finally settle in. And here he goes once again, and they spill him up at the 40. Good job on the tackle by Alex Wallace. This guy gets a head of steam, and he is so hard to bring down, and he just went right for the ankles, and a good job by Alex Wallace of slowing him up. Gains to the 41 to make it 2nd and 8. He has 93 yards rushing on the night, and we're halfway through this third quarter of play. We are live here in Memphis at Lausanne Collegiate School, and again, bouncing off tacklers. Getting down to the 41-yard line is C.J. Lowe. And yet another first down is tackled. And C.J. with his 5th carry of the evening. And that one is spilled at the 40. And it's C.J. once again on the carry. And he is stopped with no gain on the play. And they're just chewing up time off of this clock, up 20. And going back to pass once again. And he gets one to the 35 and circling and cutting and just absolutely following blockers, and he will not be stopped. It is a touchdown for C.J. Jordan.
Number 7, C.J. Jordan.
41-yard touchdown pass.
Touchdown.
And just see, he had 3 Bruin defenders who just simply were outflanked, and he just poured on the speed going down the right-hand side. That's why this guy is being looked at and is actually committed to Austin Peay. And he can do it receiving as well as rushing, as we just saw, and the extra point is good. 37-10. Lynx extends the lead. We'll be back with the kickoff after this.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes, to belts, to alignments, to even air conditioning work. Engine light on? We can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt. Hi, this is Kurt King with King Tire Company. Did you know that you're supposed to rotate your tires every 5,000 miles? Did you know that we do that free at King Tire Company? Come see us today at any 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt, and let my family take care of yours.
Well, that was, again, you look back at how that one, it looked as though when they started at the 20 that it was going to be a long drive ahead of them, but they just marched it down the field in 6 plays. 41-yard touchdown pass from Jenkins to Jordan. And that has made it a 37-10 game. Big kickoff, high and deep, taken at the 2. And Drew English just slammed down back at the 13-yard line after an 11-yard return. And the kick coverage, you look at the special teams for Lausanne and see how quickly they get down the field. And they are going to give him, well, we got a flag on the play, and let's see what it is. Apparently not. They picked it up. So the ball is at the 16.
Ball is spotted on the 16-yard line, 1st and 10 for USJ.
Bruins have had some solid returns tonight, but they just have not been able to convert them into scores, except for one. And here goes Noah going around right in, and that's not going to gain much. He gets to the 15. And it looks like that's just basically no gain on the play. He's carried 11 times for 53 yards tonight. And he's also had a 77-yard kickoff return. But nothing doing there. It's very hard to spread the field on this Lausanne team because their defenders are so solid. Screen pass, but just going to the deck hard was Nate Height, the tight end. He just slipped on the turf. So Nate gets it out and just falls back at about the 13, so it's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. So it's 3rd down and 13. And the clock continues to tick with 3.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Bruins desperately needing a big play right here. And Noah Spencer in motion. And Corbin's going back to his end zone, and he throws that high, and that's a 50-50 play that probably should not have been, and it went out of bounds. Good defense on the part of Lawrence Britt, a freshman. So it's 4th down. They have really applied the pressure to Corbin tonight. So the Bruins will punt for only the 2nd time this evening. And standing in his own end zone.
37, Sykes punting for USJ.
And flag is called before the play is launched. And it's a false start against the Bruins.
False start against USJ, 5 yards.
That's the 5th penalty of the night against them. So Cooper Sykes will be pinned back a little bit further. He's going to be about 7 yards deep in the end zone for this punt. And back in single safety is C.J. Jordan. And he picks it up, and that one is a low sinking punt that's going to go out of bounds at about the 32-yard line, so it is only going to be a 25-yard punt. So it's going to be outstanding field position for the Lynx as they'll start at the 32. And checking in for them at wide receiver is Dustin Brown. He's down at the deep end of your screen. And instead it's a handoff, and instead of handing off, the quarterback calls his own number. And once again, T.J. Jenkins with an excellent pickup. And give him a first down. That is the 20th first down of the game for Lausanne. 7 carries for 29 yards, and we've got an injured player. So we'll take time out, and we'll come back and finish up the drive. 2:54 remaining. Bruins trailing at 37-10.
At Dynamics Physical Therapy, we help our clients get back to doing what they love. Dynamics is now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
It was Christian Melton who was suffering a bit of an ankle injury there, but as he went off the field, he was moving a lot better. They'll keep him out for at least probably this series, and I see him walking up and down. And going up the middle on this one is Thomas Hefner. And this guy's an 8th grader who is and he's a future quarterback for this team. And he finally picks up 6 on the play to make it 2nd and 4. And I'm just looking over there on the sidelines. It looks like that Christian will be able to get this one off. That one is just too long out of the range of C.J. Jordan. Mistimed the pass on the pattern. So it's 3rd and 4. And this has been dominated from the get-go by the Lynx. So another important 3rd down conversion for them. It is 3rd and 4 at the 15, and he calls his own number again. He's picking up the steam, and he gets it close to the 10, maybe a little bit inside. The official is standing right on the 10-yard line. And that is another 1st down for the Lynx, their 21st of the game. And I tell you, you talk about a dual threat quarterback, you have one right there in T.J. Jenkins. So they spot it right on the 10. 1st and goal. And the handoff, and no stopping whatsoever. The 8th grader, Thomas Hefner, and he scores the touchdown to make it a 43-10 lead. The blocking was absolutely perfect. They were double teaming some of the Bruins front line defensively, and it is, with 1:34 to go in the 3rd quarter, this is one where it is just, it's completely out of hand now. And the extra point is good. So Hefner with the 10-yard run and the extra point kick makes it a 44-10 lead for Lausanne. And we'll be back with the Campbell King Interiors kickoff after this.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
So the Bruins will take it over on the kickoff, trailing 44-10 in this one. And so much of this has been done on the ground tonight for Lausanne. 239 yards rushing this evening. And the kick is taken at the 8. And Noah's looking for room around the right-hand side. He's breaking away off defenders and gets it all the way out to the 37. So a 29-yard return. This has been the best game of the season as far as return yardage is concerned for the Bruins. And you can see how Noah, not only following his blockers, just looking for additional openings. And as he goes around his right end, he dodged about 3 defenders and finally went down at the 37. So 215 return yards tonight for the Bruins, but they just have not been able to convert them very much into scores. And we're going to be with a continuously running clock now for the rest of the way, and almost picked off. That was batted down by Tyler Wilson. They were looking for a screen, and you could see that one. He was trying to get it to Ryan Hutchison. Actually, that was Mills Terry he was trying to get to. I saw it looked like a 3, but it was a 2. Trying to get that to Mills Terry for a screen, but all over it was Tyler Wilson. And they may not get this play off in the 3rd quarter. And, in fact, they will not. We will go to the 4th quarter with Lausanne leading USJ 44-10. And we'll have the final 12 minutes right after this.
Psst, buddy, I'm not feeling too good after all this summer heat.
Yeah, me either. I think I'm about to blow a coil.
Let McCoy's Heating and Air give your unit a little TLC. Maintenance is the key to staying worry-free. Right now, schedule a one-time cleaning for only $90. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com.
McCoy's got us in great shape, unlike that guy.
Jackson's most trusted team of technicians. York and McCoy's Heating and Air.
So the Bruins are going to do whatever they can to try to make this respectable as we go down the final 12 minutes. As Lausanne has just piled it on tonight, 127 yards through the air. And I'm trying to get the tally here, 239 yards passing, total of 366 yards total offense. And the Bruins have been held tonight. It's been a tough one for them. They've been held to 99 yards in total offense. So the Bruins are going to take it at the 37. And there's one downfield and trying almost picked off from the backside of that one. You had two receivers that were in the vicinity of that one. And it's 3rd and 10 for the Bruins. And they switch out the ball. And in this case, unless a team calls a timeout, the clock is going to continue to run once it's a 30-point lead. And the Bruins with 3 wide receivers, 1 man in the backfield. And Corbin's going to fire. And it goes off the hands of Aaron Tunstill. So it's a 4th and 10. So they'll go back to punt once again. And it's Cooper Sykes coming in to do the kicking. And a rather quiet Bruin crowd over across the way, and you can see them up at the top of your screen. Good snap, and there is a high floating kick that takes just a slight bit of a Lynx bounce and comes back to the 36. So a 27-yard punt. And they'll go from their 36. And it looks like we may be seeing some substitutions in here. And you got a new man at quarterback, and to be honest with you, we don't have his name because we don't have a number 14. And going up the middle is Jaden Johnson, who is a senior running back. And he picks up 6. And this running game has just been relentless on the part of the Lynx tonight. It started right from the get-go, and once they got up 23-0, and that was with 7:56 to go in the second quarter, it was just really a case of how many times can we run it. And there you go again. It's Johnson going across the 45 to the 46. And he's very close to the first down if they haven't signaled him for it. And they give him the first down. That's the 22nd of the night for Lausanne. And they're just going to calmly and collectively just run this clock out and run it down as much as they can. The Bruins touchdown came on a 5-yard pass on a 4th down conversion from Howard to Terry. And once again, there's Jaden Johnson, and he is dragging defenders as he carries it all the way down to the Bruin 41 for a 15-yard pickup. So Johnson has suddenly become the workhorse. And you got to know this Bruin defense that has been out there so long tonight. They are very tired, and that was the game plan on the part of Lausanne, is just to wear them down as they have so many of their opponents this season, as they're on their way now to a 9-1 regular season finish. A little bit of a high snap, but he's going to go for a big one. And that's up for grabs, and it goes off of the chest of Dustin Brown. Lausanne 6 out of 11 passing tonight for 127 yards. But the clock does not stop because of the volume of the lead that the Lynx has. USJ had a game in which they were in the lead just last week, up 35-0 in the first half. That one was a high snap and going down, and let's see there. Was it a face mask at the end? And yeah, it was, and I think nobody feels worse than Miles Horton because he knew it. You could see his head shake as he went away. It was a great tackle, knocking him back to the 49. But it was also face mask that's going to give them another first down. And the ball moves to the 26-yard line. So a 1st and 10 as we approach the 6-minute mark remaining to be played in tonight's game. Faked handoff, and the quarterback takes it himself. It's Thomas Hefner, the 8th grader, and he is down to about the 23. And so he's had 3 carries tonight for 19 yards. And checking out is another one of the big guys, and that's J.B. Hohen. He is coming out, and some more of their younger talent has an opportunity to play this evening. So back in the shotgun once again is Hefner. And he hands that one off to Johnson. And Johnson is, we may have seen another flag go down. I cannot exactly see from my vantage point. Yep, flag has been thrown down back at the 26. Now, sometimes that is an indication of holding. And that is exactly what we've got. So that's going to knock it back to the 33. 72 yards in penalties against the Lynx tonight, but it really hasn't done a great deal to adversely affect their efforts because we're going down inside 5 minutes. And it's a 2nd and 16, and they're just going to take all the time possible on the 40-second clock. Again, a little bit of a high snap, and Bruins swarm under. Eli Yandel, Christian Melton in there. Good to see Christian back in there. And a pickup down to the 27. Third down and 11. And they just keep swallowing up time on this one. We're under 4 minutes. Again, a bit of a high snap, but the handoff goes to Johnson again. He goes around his own right end and finally is dragged down at about the 15. And the official is going to actually say he went out at about the 16. So let's see if they give him the first down off of this or not. We got a flag on the play. It's going to come back in the other direction. So it looks like holding once again. And another 10-yard penalty, but only thing that does is just tick more seconds off the clock. So it's 3rd down and about 22. And they're just going to let these seconds evaporate off this clock. And again, another high snap. And Bruins were all over this one. The handoff went to Hefner. And he got it to the 40. So it's 4th down and 20. And I don't think they've got a fine kicker, but I think they're going to actually run the play. They're not going to punt it. On 4th and 23. Yeah, that's what you would call just a quick quarterback kick. Back in the day, if that was a 3rd down, they would call it a quick kick. And it is downed back at the 2. We've got a Bruin who is down once again, and they're attending to him. His own team, the trainer, is coming out. That was the first punt of the night for Lausanne. And so on an injury, the clock stops with 1:39. Tell you what, let's take a quick 30-second break and we'll come back.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Pools and Spa's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive for full details and see available styles in person. Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spa even more enjoyable. Aloha Pools and Spa's massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson.
We could not see from our vantage point who the injured Bruin was. They carried him off, and then he just fell back down once again. They're attending to his ankle. And the pickup goes to the 10. And Taylor on the carry. So pickup of about 2 yards on the play. And we're down to the final minute. Bruins with 3 wide receivers, one of them now in motion. And sailing that pass, and it is finally picked up in a gain of perhaps 3. And on the reception is Bradley Stamper. Third down and 5, and upcoming may be the final play of the game. It has been a tough night for the Bruins, and against a team that certainly tonight, again, looked to be the class of this division. And the Bruins stack him up at about the 19, and that is going... And that was a pickup for a first down, the 6th of the night for the Bruins, but that is it. So the Bruins go down to defeat 44-10 tonight. Let me wrap it up very quickly for all of you. Started out in the first quarter with, it was pretty even for the first 10 minutes, and then with 2:31 left, Lowe scored the first of his 2 touchdowns, 27-yard run. The extra point was good to make it 7-0, and 20 seconds later, Corbin Howard was forced back because of a bad snap, was forced back into his end zone, and he sailed a pass out of bounds, was called for intentional grounding and a safety, so it was 9-0, and then early in the second quarter, Wilson went in for a 5-yard run, and the extra point was good to make it 16-0. Then 2.5 minutes after that, Miles Thomas for Lausanne returned a block punt 35 yards for a touchdown on a scoop and score to make it 23-0. The only touchdown for the Bruins came with 4:48 left in the first half. Miles Terry scoring on a 5-yard pass on 4th down from Corbin Howard to make it 23-7. But before we went to the locker room, it was Lowe with another touchdown run of 14 yards to make it 30-7. And all the rest of the scoring was in the third quarter. You had Anderson Preston that came in and kicked a 35-yard field goal to make it 30-10, and then 2 more touchdowns for Lausanne. Jordan scoring on a 41-yard touchdown pass from Jenkins to make it 37-10, and then Hefner, the 8th grader, finally wound it up with a 10-yard run with about a minute and a half left in the third quarter to make it 44-10. We had a continuously running clock. Nobody scored in the fourth quarter. So for Lausanne, it's a 9-1 regular season. For the Bruins, it's 6-4, and now we wait to find out what the pairings and the matchups will be for next week's playoffs, the 4-team playoff for the region that will start next week, and we will be with you for that game regardless of where it is. So just be looking for us to point it out on the Worthy Road Studios Facebook page, and we hope to have that information for you shortly after tonight's game, perhaps maybe early in the morning. But that wraps it up from here. It's a tough night for the Bruins, but they'll shake it off and start the playoffs next week. And the executive producer of Worthy Road Studios is Paul Schultze, who also directed tonight's game. Eric Inman on camera, along with Mackenzie Wallace. And I'm Steve Beverly, who I've been with you with the play-by-play all season long. It's been so much fun. And until we are with you with playoff night next Friday night, Steve Beverly saying thanks for being with us and so long from Memphis, Tennessee.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports.
The Jackson Rockabillys, Union and Bethel Universities, USJ, TCA, JCS, and Peabody.
Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers.
Thanks to the sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.